Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be jumping straight into Vechain and VET. So right now we are seeing Vechain pushing close to that 9-cent mark. We actually saw in the last 24 hours a push all the way up to that 9 cents at about July 31st, 5:15 a.m., so earlier this morning. But it's great to see this kind of a push taking place, continuing to see the market really do very, very well across the board for so many different altcoins, as well as obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. So Bitcoin's at 41.5K, Ethereum at 2.4K. As the market's up 5%, we are continuing to see massive growth as we have altcoins, just a little bit delayed right now in this kind of response. I think altcoins are going to actually expand very quickly with huge profits and price increases. Really, after we see Bitcoin reach, that 50, 55, 60K mark, we are going to see a lot of these altcoins, like I said, splurge and really kind of find their pathing to that top that they once were previously on. So let's talk about really Vechain here in the last week. In the last week, we see a 24.22% increase, a massive increase for Vechain, coming all the way from that low 7-cent range all the way up to about 9 cents now. And we look at the last month, we're still seeing a 2% decrease overall, which is massive to really see all of these crazy increases and still be at a decrease. We have to realize, what we've come from. A lot of people accumulating below 7 cents, getting Vechain at a very good price point, and now we're seeing it close to 9 cents. So hopefully, be able to lock in on a little bit of profit at the very least if you guys are accumulating during these red market dips. And like I said, DCA or dollar cost averaging in during these really red market dips is exactly what I've kind of been talking about for a while now. So let's talk about where we could see Vechain by the end of the year and end of 2021, really by the end of the really bull market part 2 as well. So we'll talk about that here in just a second. But before we do so, I do want to jump into a couple different really quick articles and tweets mentioning Vechain. So Eisenrich, always a great guy to talk about Vechain on his tweets. We've looked at him quite a bit in the past. So here we see Vechain and Journal of Behavior Addictions. Vechain was mentioned in a short journal article on the really kind of psychology of cryptocurrency trading, along with topics like FOMO, gambling, and the illusion of control. So this actually goes into detail on this and talks about Vechain in a great way, in a great light, and continues to show just big possibilities, big things that Vechain can do for really the crypto space as a whole. And, this is going to continue to be, in my opinion, a big deal as we move forward. We also see Vechain and 2021 global blockchain innovation. So obviously we know about just continuous growth from Vechain and blockchain innovation that strikes a lot of different countries in a way that a lot of other cryptocurrencies can't. So Vechain's VTrust platform was selected by the Shanghai Financial Information Industry Association as a compelling use case in the field of urban public safety management. So this is definitely a big deal, and it shows it here in these pictures going through how does blockchain technology help urban public safety management, and Vechain specifically, having a plan, having a protection plan in a way, and definitely being able to really kind of jump in on this kind of topic and solution. So let's talk a little bit more about BlockFi before we get too much farther. So BlockFi is actually a great way to actually make, passive income with some of these coins that have no staking, like Chainlink we've talked about in the past. You can actually stake this stuff in BlockFi in a way. So you can actually earn passive income, passive rewards by staking. And they also have a credit card that you can use and earn cash back. But instead of cash back, you actually earn Bitcoin back in, a low percentage at the moment. But, it's about 1.5%. So it's actually fairly large if you get to that 3% for the first 90 days. So I will say, if you want to take advantage of BlockFi, like I said, great passive rewards, great passive income. Make sure to use my link down in the description or in the comment section down below, Crypto Profit, obviously, because it will give you up to $250, I guess, when you sign up of Bitcoin. So make sure, like I said, to use mine. It'll actually help you. It'll help me, help the channel. So thanks again, guys. Let's jump into the next thing we're going to look at, and that's going to be a complete list of Vechain partnerships. So there are some massive partnerships. So we're just going to take a look at a few. So here we have DNVGL, obviously one that's partnered since quite a while back, and we see that as 2018. We see 2017s, a lot of 2017s, 2018s, 2017s. We're going to take a look at some of the bigger ones, though. DNVGL is a globally operating company that provides audit and certification services, confirming that an organization meets certain requirements. So we're not going to jump into too much else. We're just going to read the topic, or I guess the first sentence on a lot of these, because we don't want to jump into too much detail. We'd be here for quite some time. So PricewaterhouseCoopers, or better known as PwC, is one one of the big 4 auditors worldwide. IBM, Ford, Dell, Cisco, and 3M are some of its largest clients, with PwC providing its auditing services to 400 plus of the Fortune 500 companies. So obviously PwC is a fan favorite when it comes to Fortune 500 companies and really getting those auditing services. So it's just, some of these are huge. We're not going to talk, like I said, about every single one because we'd be here all day. Look how many partnerships Vechain has right now. And this is not all of them listed. This is a lot of them, but this is definitely not all of the current ones listed. So just keep that in mind when we go through this, and you just see so many. And we've talked about Walmart China. It's not as big deal in China as it is obviously in the US, but it's definitely a big deal to continue to see these kind of partnerships come up. We continue down. We see Cointelegraph Consulting. You actually continue down. We see up to about 39. Obviously, like I said, way more than 39 at the moment, but some of these lists are linked back to 2020, and we don't have anything for 2021 yet. So you aren't going to be able to see some of these newer partnerships. But we see H&M here, with H&M is the second largest global clothing retailer with over 5,000 stores worldwide. Next to the H&M brand, the company runs 5 other brands. So just realize how big some of these really partnerships are. That's just one thing I wanted to really kind of note real quickly, is these partnerships are continuing to grow. Every week, every month, with these partnerships intact, you're probably going to have more possibilities for bigger things to take place. And I think that's with any partnership. The longer it lasts, the longer it grows, the more that really takes place with those partnerships than the most part. So let's jump back into Vechain and talk about those price predictions that could really occur in the next couple of months. So originally I've discussed the idea of getting out of this FUD, getting out of this manipulation fully by the end of September, and I think we're still on track to make that happen. Right now we're still looking very, very bullish, having a great push out, hopefully a full recovery here, continuing Vechain all the way up to its previous all-time high would be absolutely amazing, around that 27 to 28 cent range. I think that's definitely a possibility as we move closer to the end of the bull market. I think we could actually, jump back into bull market part 2 before we actually end at this bull market part 1. A lot of people think we are, out of this bull market part 1. I would consider this still a bull market. We're still moving forward. Bull market part 2 is going to continue it on after this, leg has been kind of cut off by this manipulation FUD that has taken place. And I do expect a lot of FOMO to actually continue to push this price up when we get to this $50,000 mark for Bitcoin again, as all these altcoins start to push up again. I think a lot of people are not going to want to miss out, and we will see FOMO continue to push this price up. Right now, we do see, like I said, some great results in this recovery phase. I think we are going to continue to see, by the end of the year, Vechain easily push 30 to 50 cents at the very least, which would be higher than our all-time high, of 28 cents, around that 28 cents mark. So pushing by the end of the bull market part 2, I could easily see Vechain pushing closer to that $1 to $2 mark, depending on how long it lasts, how, where it starts. Those are all things we don't know exactly yet. We don't know when and where it will end, how long it'll go. Those are all, kind of hard to predict right now because, like I said, all that FUD, FOMO, and, really just market manipulation that has been going on in the past couple of weeks and months. So we'll continue to keep you guys up to date as we get closer and closer to that bull market part 2 fully beginning. I would love to see if this is the actual bull market part 2 starting up. I would say it's a great recovery if it's not, and we are going to find some more support. And that's exactly what we need to keep this market stable and keep this market actually moving in the right direction. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Make sure to quickly subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and turn notifications on to be notified every time I make a new video. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you all in the next one.